Hey guys, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to open an oyster. So, a few big key things that you need so that you do not get hurt. You need a wet rag. Super important. You need an oyster shucker. Do not use a knife. Do not use anything else but an oyster shucker. You could ruin your knife that way. I've ruined the knife that way. You need this to be as sharp as possible because it needs to pierce the oyster. Now, a few quick, easy facts. Oysters are amazing for filtering water. They're also very healthy for you, and they're sustainable. So, let's get started here. These are Malpec oysters. They're from Prince Edward Island. There are many different kinds of oysters, and each oyster has different brines, different sweetnesses. So, it really depends on your flavor palette, and you pick the oyster that's best for you. You could easily do a Google search and check which one would be best for you. I'm just going to make a disclaimer. I'm not the best at shucking oysters. I used to be back in the day when I was working at the hotels and restaurants. I used to shuck all kinds of these. All of the scars on my hands are oyster related. When you slip, yeah, it hurts. So it's very important how you handle your knife, and I'm gonna try and show you. Your thumb has to be here. Normally there's a guard. Some of these have bigger guards, so the guards are meant to protect your hands. Try and get a knife that has an actual ring or hilt to it, and that's gonna protect you a lot. So, how to actually do this. Your rag. You're holding the oyster this way, and it has to be wet because it has to sport. Slipping is super dangerous. Do not want it to slip. When you're pushing in, you're also doing a turning movement, and this is super important to crack the oyster open. So, you're going in from the end. If it's curved this way, you're going to try your best to try and go in perpendicular to the hole. When I'm doing this, I'm forcing a little bit, but I'm not tilting yet. I want to have a firm grip before I do the tilting action. So, putting it in, when I know it's secure, I'll start turning this way. Oh wait, I'll try and do a better camera angle. I'll try and do it this way. So now, forcing in, it's popped open. Now, I'm not going to do anything yet. I'm first going to clean the knife because I don't want any kind of particles or brine to go inside from the outside. Normally, oyster shells should be washed or scrubbed beforehand, but anyway, so you scrub a little bit off here, that way. Now that I'm in, the knife should be, I don't know if you can see the angle, it has to be on both sides. When you're going this way, you're kind of doing this movement, so you're going kind of like that. And what that does, you're sliding it, and you're also popping the shell more and more open. There's two bivalves, so an oyster is like this. On each side of the shell, there's inductors. So when you're going this movement here, you're removing one inductor. And then later, if I did an okay job, I don't need to remove the second one, but sometimes you have to remove the second one. So, going like this, I'm doing the movement this way, and I think I did a pretty clean job. Okay, see? This is the second inductor, and the first one's here. So, that's it. The shell's gone. If you're baking your oysters, you want to keep the shell, you want to put it on so that the liquid is not evaporating. But in this case, I'm throwing it away. Second step, before you even remove this inductor, you smell. If you smell anything rotten, putrid, disgusting, you throw it away, you do not use it, you do not eat it. Oysters are alive. That smell means that they're dead. And I don't want anyone to get sick on this. So please be careful when you're doing oysters. Now, the second part. With the tip of your knife. The inductor is right here. You're very delicately pushing the oyster aside, and you're scraping the bottom of the shell. You just want it loose. You don't want to pierce it. You don't want to damage the oyster itself. When you're putting it in your mouth, if you're having it raw, you do 1 or 2 or 3 chews before swallowing it, and if you pierce it, you're going to ruin that. Plus, visually, it looks super nice when it's not destroyed. So, make sure it's very loose. At this point, you could either put it on a bed like this, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. But basically like this, it will not move. Or, you could put it in, if you already have a bowl with like ice or rock salt, you could put it directly on there so it doesn't move. So, I'm going to show you how to eat the oyster. Now, I'm going to make other videos on garnishes for raw oysters. The next video I'm going to make is going to be an oyster Rockefeller, and that's going to be cooked. But, you could put mignonette, which is going to be another video. You could put tabasco, you could put horseradish, lemon. There's a lot of different ways you could flavor your oyster. I'm just going to have it raw. So I'm going to make sure that it's free from the shell, which it is. You're then eating it from the side here, because it's more aerodynamic. You're slurping it, and now you're doing 1 or 2 chews, and with your tongue, you're rolling it. I was about to swear. It's delicious. So, that's how you open an oyster. I'm going to do a second one faster. So you see how it's kind of done? See, the shell broke, but that's okay. You're going back in. There you go. And this one's done. This one was a lot smaller. It's still good. It wasn't as pretty as the first one, but that's fine. And now I'm placing it here. Before the video ends, I'm going to show you how to make that beautiful ribbon, which I learned how to do at the hotel, and it's amazing for keeping oysters nice and steady, because you want to keep that liquid inside the shell. So, let me push this a little bit to the side. The goal of this is to keep the middle airy, so you want like a circle like this with a lot of air in the middle. So, you're folding it over this way, and I'm going to start my music because it stopped. You're kind of folding this way, and now you have like bear claws, and you roll it, but you're keeping the inside hollow. Oh look, the camera has a perfect angle, nice. Okay, so once that part's done, you're grabbing both ends, and you're pinching. And when you're pinching it, it makes a perfect kind of circular thing, and then you're good to go. And then when you press it down, it's a perfect form. That concludes this video. The next video is going to be how I do oysters Rockefeller. So that's basically cooked oysters with a cheesy, awesome kind of sauce. And I'm going to show you how to do that. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. I love each and every one of you for watching. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.